Hi, today I want to talk about a rather unique game called cricket. How a sport evolved from a game where it's only played by gentlemen in Britain, where some gentlemen would come together and play cricket while drinking tea and discussing about their business, into a game that is world renowned and actually is the second most watched sports worldwide. So let me explain to you how the sport became very famous in a unique way. So you see, in the colonization period, we all know how Great Britain became one of the strongest, one of the biggest empire in our history. And in that time period, the soldiers, the troops, the lords who came and colonized the land brought their own traditions. For example, drinking tea, playing sports. And one of those sports is playing cricket. So these soldiers would play cricket in their base, and the natives would walk past and see these troops, these soldiers, playing this quite unique game, and they became interested. And slowly they learned how to play it, and they excel in playing it. And they thought, let's use the game of the colonizer to beat the colonizer themselves. And they did that. As we can see, more and more of these natives of this colonized land play cricket. For example, Australia, South Africa, India, Pakistan. They started playing in the sport cricket as a way to beat the colonizer themselves. And because of this, because of how more and more people are playing cricket, the Great Britain decided to host the first World Cup in 1975. For the first time in the game of cricket, in the history of cricket, a game that is only played by a bunch of gentlemen, where they would call their friends over to play a match of cricket, into a game where it's played worldwide from all around the world. Teams from all around the world come together, compete with each other, showing their skills, trying to see who is the best cricket player. So in 1975, the first Cricket World Cup is hosted in England. And ladies and gentlemen, the most surprisingly thing is that the winner, the champion of the first Cricket World Cup, is not won by Great Britain. In fact, it was won by West Indies, a country that is very small, very weak, and the players probably not as privileged compared to the great England players. And this shows how much commitment can defeat in your opponent, even though they are so much more privileged, so much more powerful than you. And something that is so much more awesome, so much more surprisingly, in the third World Cup, the Great Britain team failed to even advance to the finals because they were defeated by the Indian team in the semi-finals. And in finals for the third World Cup is won by India. And this was a very huge event for India, a country that was colonized, that was tortured, slavery happened because of the Great Britain, because of the colonization, and they finally defeated Great Britain. They are colonizer in their own game. And that day, that year, that moment, all of India came together and celebrated, even though they didn't know what was cricket. They came together and they celebrated, yes, we finally fought the colonizers in their own game. And in the fourth World Cup, the fourth Cricket World Cup, it isn't even organized in England anymore. In fact, it was organized in India. It was co-hosted by Pakistan and India, and and that World Cup was won by India. And that moment, ladies and gentlemen, cricket became a game that was played by every single people, not only the elites, not only the royalties, not only by the gentlemen, everyone from different backgrounds, the poor, the rich, the uneducated, everybody came together to play cricket. And there's a word in Hindi, it's tamasha, and it means uncertainty, excitement, fun. And in that moment, cricket became a game of tamasha, where everybody came and watched as a nation trying to beat their colonizer. This proves how much commitment can defeat our oppressors, and together, if we stand together, we can bring a difference. If we try hard, we can beat our colonizer, we can beat our oppressors. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this short video.